The stock world is getting a bid today as equities in the US and Europe rose as investors' worries over the health of the global banking system continued to, how do I say this word, abate ahead of the Federal Reserve's decision Wednesday. Basically, banking fears are declining. We had a lot of bank collapses. Now, is this all over? I don't know. I wouldn't get so far ahead of ourselves. Despite that, the stock market and the risk-on assets in the world are sort of rallying today. Risk-off Republic Bank opened 30% higher, and the SPDR, the Spider Regional Banking ETF, gained 3% after Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen said that the government is ready to provide further guarantees of deposits if the banking crisis worsens. So an interesting little start to the day. Let's take a look at the markets and see how things are going so far. All right, guys, so here we are. We're taking a look at the S&P 500. We're looking at a 4-hour chart, and you can see a lot of green on this chart. We're seeing the S&P really rally, and I want to pay attention to this because I want to caution some of you guys as we go into a Federal Reserve meeting. Be very cautious when you see a run-up like this prior to big news. Now, whether you trade the S&P or you trade currencies or gold, we're going to get into all of that today, but I wanted to start with the S&P as it is rallying so much on this news. Is this going to carry over into some of the currencies that we trade and things like that? Well, the S&P 500 is rallying, but despite that, we see it hitting a longer term level of resistance here along this trend line, as well as the psychological round number play at 4,000. Now, again, this is of course something to pay attention to because again, the S&P 500 is like the representative, if you will, of risk on in the world economy. If things are optimistic, the S&P 500 tends to rally. If things are pessimistic, it tends to fall. Another one to think about in that regards is the dollar. When things are very optimistic, the dollar tends to fall. And we're seeing some of that happen with the dollar breaking key support. Now, my thought process on the dollar, this has basically killed my dollar bullish thesis for the time being. Will it come back? Hey, maybe it will, but for now, this support level has kind of fallen apart and no longer showing any signs of key strong buying as we pull back. So this is a look at the US dollar, and we can't look at the dollar without at least acknowledging the crazy run up in gold. Now today gold is pulling back, and in my personal opinion, this actually looks like an opportunity to get long for those of us who missed out the initial pump to the upside. Now there has been a couple instances along the way where prices pulled back briefly before shooting up, but I think we're possibly getting another relief or another pullback here, some relief before a potential rally further to the upside. This is something we're going to be paying attention to closely in Discord. I will probably be taking a trade on gold if we can get a little bit more of a pullback. And if you guys aren't already inside of our Discord channel, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to allow you guys to join us for the day for free.
You what?
If you'd like to try out our Discord channel for free for a day, here's how you can do so. In the description down below, we're going to have a link to a chat link where if you click that, it'll open up a prompt where you can have a conversation with one of our support reps. If you type the word free Discord and send it to them there, one of my staff, one of the support reps here at A1 Trading, will set you up in our Discord channel for free. This is what it looks like. You can see we share all of our trades with full breakdowns and analysis, why we're entering, why we're exiting, stop loss, entries, all that sort of stuff. If that's something you think would be helpful to you in your trading, then please join us by clicking for free the link in the description, which will allow you to chat with one of our support reps and get access for free. So check that out. Again, like I said, I'm interested in gold longs myself. If price can pull back a little deeper, I like this 1947 mark, probably with a stop below. Of course, I'll have to take a look at it when the price gets there, or if the price gets there. We're pretty close. If we can squeeze a little bit lower, I like this area. Why do I like this area? Well, look at the daily chart and you can see a key level is coming into play here. We have what was a major level of resistance, saw a steep sell-off from this point. We've recently broken and closed above this area. So a retest of this, I believe buyers will want to try and hold and push the gold price higher. Now, not only that, let's go look at the Edge Finder. We can back this up a little bit. So if we look at the Edge Finder score, we get a +5 for the gold market. What does this +5 resemble? Well, it's a summation of all of the key metrics that we pay attention to. We can read them off real quick. COT data, retail sentiment, seasonality, trend reading, GDP growth, inflation, unemployment, interest rates. These all contribute to the scoring of the gold market forecast that the Edge Finder gives us. So currently we get a buy bias. It's been bullish for the last 2 weeks or so. I've been looking for opportunities to buy on a pullback, and it seems like we may be getting that. So now taking a look at some of the specifics, COT data shows that institutional money is long gold right now. And conversely, retail sentiment is very short biased. Retail traders are betting against the gold market right now, which I think is very, very telling of retail traders. They tend to short things that are running strong to the upside, and they tend to buy things that are collapsing. It's just the unfortunate same old story with retail traders that we see time and time again. On top of that, you've got the month of March, historically a positive month for gold. April is about middle. It doesn't have a strong bias one way or the other, whereas May and June are slightly negative for gold. Despite that, overall, I think the factors favor upside for gold. We may see some more pullback in the meantime, but again, like I said, I think a pullback entry around 1947 looks optimistic in my opinion. Something like this, for example. Now this is the daily chart. Let's drop it down to like the 4 hour, and we can tighten up this risk to reward. So something like this, like stops below 1933 makes sense to me, and looking for a continuation move to the upside. Now, this is a technical chart, but beyond just the technicals, like we said, with the edge finder, there's enough confirmation here that I think you have a possible trade idea to the long side.
And if you guys would like a free trial of the edge finder, click the link in the description. There's a free trial right there waiting for you.
We have Fed meeting tomorrow. We need to talk about that for a second. It's a big day for the market. And a lot of things are going to move because we have two case scenarios right now, 50 basis points. So we have 0, let's do this, 0, 25, and 50 basis points. These are the possible scenarios. 100 basis points, 75 basis points, completely off the table, 0.000% chance that happens. If it happens, I'm going to retire. Just kidding. But it's very, very unlikely. So anyways, we have a 0, 50, 0, 25, and 50 basis points. Now, we need to decipher this together because this is really important before a major news event that we understand what's going on. This, right now, I believe the market has about a 25% chance of happening. This has about a 75% chance of happening. And this has been ruled out as a 0% chance of happening. Now, when I say that, what are we talking about here? If you're newer to trading, the Federal Reserve sets interest rates. Interest rates are used to control inflation, to sort of shrink and grow the economy so that things stay stable. Well, right now, the expected value for the interest rate decision tomorrow is pretty much 25 basis points. If we get a surprise, guys, and this is something you need to be aware of, this is the least likely or less likely scenario. Gold, again, having a 0% chance of a 50 basis point. If that happens, like I said, things will go crazy. Very, very, very unlikely. Now, this, however, is possible. But with the thing that we led this video with, talking about banks seeming to be stabled and backed up by the government's support, it seems less likely that this is going to be the case. It seems like things are under control, and likely the Fed will go for a 25 basis point rate hike. This is the expected thing to happen tomorrow. If this, however, happens, gold, you guys, is going to go crazy. Gold, in my opinion, if we see 0 basis points tomorrow, gold goes back above 2009, goes to 2025. I don't know, some crazy number. That's just throwing it out there. We see a breakout to the high side if this case happens. If this happens, if 25 basis points happen, I think you have an argument for potentially continuation to the upside on gold, as the Federal Reserve is still expected to potentially pivot at some point here this year, which could cause the gold market to continue to see appreciation. I personally am long biased on gold, as we've talked about for most of this video, but I think most likely we probably see this scenario, probably see 25 basis points, and then perhaps, and I would argue that perhaps the Federal Reserve is still going to sort of be hawkish, but hesitant to raise rates too much further from there. That's just my take on it. We'll see. I don't necessarily think they're going to start rate cutting right away, but it is possible sometime this year. That's sort of what people are throwing around. The market, anyways, is all over the place with these rate hike projections, and that's why things are so volatile right now. Things are more volatile in the markets when things are unexpected. When things are sort of like playing out as expected, market's not so afraid. In fact, this trade is getting really close to being an entry. In fact, as we speak, I'm probably right after this video going to go look to take that trade. So remember, if you guys want to try out the Discord and see if I took that trade by the time you're watching this, go click the link in the description right now. Click that link. ask for a free trial of the Discord, and you can see whether or not I took that gold trade. Guys, thank you for watching today. If you enjoyed my videos, hit the thumbs up button, subscribe if you're new, and we'll see you back next time. Thanks. Before you go, make sure to check out our free Discord channel linked down below in the description. And if you want to try out some of our products, our software tools here at A1 Trading, we have free versions available also down below in the description. Check them out for yourself down below. Also, if you enjoy our content here, we work really hard behind the scenes to bring this content to you each and every day. And if you enjoy our content, it would mean a lot to us if you hit the thumbs up button before you head out. Thanks for watching.